What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackers. First and foremost, I gotta plug it really quick. Discord, get in there right now. Link in the description. If you're into kind of like fighting raid boss amiibo type of thing, or you're interested in that sort of thing, join the Discord. Link in the description. Alright, plug over. We got that. Alright, cool. But anyway, what's going on? If you haven't seen this series before, it is a very simple concept. 100 characters put into a tournament. Each day on the channel, I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then I'll talk about the two characters in the match for the day. Maybe go over some facts about the character. Maybe make a little mini moveset pool for the character, whatever it might be. But then we'll vote for one of the two characters in my phone going off. We'll vote for one of the two characters in the matchup by voting in the comments, but that's a part of the rules, so might as well just show you all the rules right now. Alright, rule number one is a very simple one. Yes, you see that correctly, that is a rule. Why? Because we have all sorts of weird characters. Assist trophies, me costumes, spirits, characters that are disconfirmed and won't happen. It's all good. Vote for who you personally want between the two. Not who's necessarily more likely, but vote for who you personally would rather have. But do remember, you only get one vote per person. I do check that stuff. But how do you vote? That is simple. Down in the comments, you simply type the name of the character that you are voting for. Well, what happens if you like both the characters? Well, you could vote for both. That's completely fine. Simply just type the word both when you're voting. So, simple stuff. One vote, you can vote for both, or single character, whatever. All is good there. But the rest of the rules, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated from the tournament. And then each day on the channel, whoa, where am I going with that? Let's go to the results. That's what I'm I don't know where I was going with that. But once we get to the results for each matchup, I will, if there happens to be a tie in the number of votes, we're just going to flip a coin. It's the fairest way to break a tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, is only open for just 1 week. So you got 7 days from once the episode gets uploaded to get your votes in. Anything that comes in after that, well, it just doesn't count. So, simple stuff. That's all the rules. Let's get to the rest of the matchup and the video. Alright, so the results from last week, we got another loser bracket. We're in the loser bracket for the next, probably 2, maybe 3 weeks or something. There's a lot of loser bracket matches coming up. But anyway, so the matchup, the results we're getting is from Ashley, the assist trophy, and her opponent, Springman, the assist trophy. See? Assist trophies are in this tournament. Who cares? You want one of them? You can vote for them. All's good. So, I'd say it was a comfortable win in terms of the number of votes separating first place from second place in this case, and it ended up being the winner. Springman ended up extending. Get it? Because his arms extend when he fights. Okay, sorry. But Springman ended up winning this one, 31 votes to just 17 for Ashley. So she's gone. Springman extends into the next. He advances to the next round. All right, he gets another chance. He'll face Jill Valentine, but that's a matchup for a few weeks from now. But so congrats to Springman. Sorry for Ashley. It happens. It happens. Everybody gets eliminated except one character. But let's go to the matchup for the day. The interesting match. Well, I guess I consider all of them interesting. But the matchup: Ezio Auditore from the Assassin's Creed series. I don't know, it could sneak up on you, maybe, the series in Smash Bros. Maybe. But Ezio's opponent, Octolings, and from the Splatoon universe. So we'll talk about that. But I think Ezio, Assassin's Creed, they're up first. And the interesting thing about Assassin's Creed, let's look at the company they come from, Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft doesn't have no reps in Smash Bros. So if you want to take into the whole Reggie saying, all right, it's going to be new characters that are in Smash Bros. For the first time, or however, I always misquote that, but we know what I mean. So, if it's going to be a character appearing for the first time, a franchise appearing for the first time, well, maybe you look at a company that doesn't have any representation yet, and that being Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft does have Rayman and the Rabbids, so I'll reel it back. They don't have any playable reps. Alright, there we go. Corrected that mistake. But Ezio, any of the assassins from Assassin's Creed could make quite a bit of sense. And let me point out the fact, what was that whole, it wasn't a leak, but what was that whole data mine thing about finding extra character slots? There's like 15 extra ones, and I forget the whole thing, but like there was. It had the whole... I forget. I'd had to look that up. But basically, there's a lot of extra character slots that could be filled out. And that was... I believe that was about a year ago once Smash Ultimate DLC kind of got announced. They put a bunch of placeholders in place just in case. And in a way, it came to turn out that it would even include alternate skins. So like Joker... got 2 for some of the slots. The heroes got 4 different slots because 4 different heroes. And Banjo only got 1. Terry only got 1. So if there's still a few more character slots that could be, you know, those additional placeholders that could be filled. They don't have to fill all of them by any means. But if they were, you know, multiple assassins could be kind of a fun way to do it. You have all sorts of different... characters from, or different assassins from the franchise. You got Ezio, you got other ones that I don't remember any of the other ones, to be honest. But and I played like 4 of the games. I don't remember any of the other ones. Oh well. But anyway, the assassins could fill out multiple different character palettes, character swaps, if you will, whatever you want to say to that. But so that's kind of a cool point. Assassin's Creed moveset wise. Well, you're an assassin and you gotta, you know, be very stealthy. So kind of, I mean, in Smash Bros, you're not gonna be stealthy on the battlefield, right? If you're in a 1v1, your opponent's gonna know where you're at, right? They're gonna come at you. But kind of like that vibe for the character, being a bit stealthy. Maybe kind of like when he's running, maybe he's kind of like ducking, or whoever the assassin might be. Because there's a female one. Was that Assassin's Creed Liberation? Was that the one for the, what was that? The PS Vita? Wasn't that? I think so. But the character could end up, like, when they're actually running, maybe they could do, like, a crouched sort of running, you know, trying to, you know, minimize the footsteps that the sounds that their footsteps are making. So, kind of a cool, you know, tie into the game. They do got, like, these arm blades that you can come out and use for, like, I don't know if you want to say, like, jab attacks. Maybe you could use it as a... I don't know, an up air just kind of like swings it. I don't. That'd be a little weird, wouldn't it? It's just more for thrusting. So maybe like a forward tilt, maybe a forward smash. Potentially, you could do stuff like that. You will have some melee aspects to the character, punches and kicks, stuff like that will be in the character for sure. Does have access to let's see. I forget the actual, like, a flintlock pistol. I believe that's what they're called. You know, the old pistols where you got to actually reload. It's like you fire one of the bullets, and then you got to actually, like, reload with the gunpowder and everything. So something like that maybe you could use as a neutral special. Makes a lot of sense there. Yes, some of the Assassin's Creed, this one on screen has the fencing, they're not fencing swords, but has actual swords. So... potentially somewhere in the moveset, maybe you use that. Maybe use some tomahawks or the battle axes, whatever they are. You could put that in there. She's got access to a lot of different weapons. He does have like a lot of kind of. I think he has. Doesn't the Assassin's Creed, like I played Assassin's Creed 1, 3, 4, and one of the other ones I forget. But don't they have like these little? We'll call them like traps, kind of like these little extra sort of thing. I don't know, like smoke bombs and stuff like that to kind of, you know, get away and just get out of sight sort of thing. You know, what typical assassin, right? You don't want to be seen. And if you are seen, you want to make a getaway. So to create distractions and stuff like that. So cool little gadgets and stuff you could toy around with and tinker with for the moveset. And you got other means of weapons and melee sort of attacks for a character that could actually work. Again... I don't really feel Assassin's Creed is a leading contender, but that doesn't mean Nintendo didn't feel like that. Like, just because we feel that way about a certain character or franchise, that doesn't mean Nintendo feels the exact same way. Nintendo could have the opposite stance. Like, I might look at Assassin's Creed and go, nah, not gonna happen. But Nintendo might look at it and go, yep, it's happening. We don't know. And that's the beauty of it, right? We don't know what's gonna happen. So, let's all be surprised once we finally get FP5. Where is it, Nintendo? We getting a Direct next week? I hope. Maybe. I know we got the Pokemon Direct later today or earlier today. I forget when it came out. But hopefully there's an actual Nintendo Direct with at least Smash DLC news and other game news and whatever. But yeah, Assassin's Creed, interesting franchise to keep an eye on. But let's talk about Assassin's Creed's opponent, Octoling from Splatoon universe. Now look, the simple thing to say for Octoling, make them an Echo Fighter, right? Make the Octolings Echo Fighters. Yes, I'm not going to deny that. That would absolutely 100% work. But I think you should do, if you're going to go the Echo Fighter route, let's just focus on that for this one. Quick point though, there are still many weapons in the Splatoon universe that are not used in Inkling's moveset that you can give to the Octolings. So you already have different weapons that work in different ways. So you could have an entirely original moveset. Just going to say that. But let's focus on the Echo Fighter thing. So if you want to go with the Echo Fighter route for Octoling, how could you make Octolings a bit different? Because I think more people are definitely open-minded about having the possibility for Echo Fighters being slightly tweaked. You know, like how Ken is a little different to Ryu, how Crom is slightly different to what's his name, Roy. So you got like slight tweaks and differences. So how could Octoling fill that? Honestly, it's pretty simple. Give him the exact same moveset, you know, the Echo Fighter moveset, right? Give him or Inkling's moveset. But how about for the ink? Maybe the ink comes out slower, right? It comes out a bit slower than Inklings or Octolings when shooting ink or anything like that. It would come out a bit slower for attacks, but it would deal more. It would engulf the opponent in more ink. Therefore, more ink on the opponent, you rack up a bit more damage. So a little bit of trade-off, right? A bit slower attacks, but you're going to get more ink, and then you're going to ultimately do more damage, right? So for that, there's definitely that route to take, for sure. And Octolings were actually a very big part of Splatoon 2. And Splatoon is definitely a franchise that Nintendo looks at as, all right, this is something that is going to be once, maybe twice in a you know, game generation cycle sort of game. They're going to keep making more of these because these games sell. They are fun. They are different from, you know, you look at it and go, is it a shooter game? Well, kind of, but that's not really the whole object. And it's just its own idea and its own identity, which makes it so much fun. And then you got all the customizations, which of course, if you're going to do Octoling as an Echo Fighter or original character, doesn't matter. You have to get different outfits for all the Octolings, right? It makes too much sense. And I see this happening much more likely of a chance that the Octoling happens next Smash game, whether it is unique or an Echo Fighter route. I see this way better chance next Smash game, not Smash DLC, unless it's like a bonus sort of fighter, which they could maybe do again, right? Nintendo might throw us a curveball and be like, hey, bonus free fighter for a little bit, and if you don't download it by this date, well, then you're gonna have to pay for it. But I don't know, it'd be kind of fun, right? Echo Fighter, I think it makes sense. So yeah, again, vote for who you personally want, not who's necessarily more likely, and that's kind of how I'm doing it. I guess, if you want to look at that. My votes go to Octoling. I feel the play style, and you could change it up a bit, tweak it here and there, and it still would work out tremendously. So Octoling has my vote in this one. Assassin's Creed, I've told you, I played 1, 3, 4, and something else. It was games that I was like, alright, yeah, sure, it's kind of cool. I dig it, but it's not something that made me really go, yeah, this is what I want to see in Smash. No, it's not. It's really not. But anyway, that is going to be it for this one. Let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Ezio, Octolings, or both. All are fine choices, whoever you want to choose. But that is it. So sneak peek for tomorrow. Tomorrow's matchup. Tomorrow we have Ninten from Earthbound Mother series taking on Hatsune, or is it Hatsune Miku? However you pronounce her name. But that's the matchup for tomorrow, so we'll see how that plays out. I think it's Hatsune Miku? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's the matchup for tomorrow, and then we'll get the results of Edelgard, who is taking on Shovel Knight. So, yeah, that should be fun tomorrow. Today's wrapping up. You know the deal by now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.